already done a video on this brand, and it is Anada. And on this beautiful slotted headstock, all Koa, solid Koa ukulele, it is just an A on the headstock, which is quite nice. And this is a relatively unknown brand. I did do a video featuring some bluish, greenish, flamed maple backed tenor ukes. This is a concert all Koa, all solid Koa, and it has a very thin nitro finish. It's very thin, so it's nice and resonant with the abalone binding all the way around the rosette. It's very pretty uke, and I actually did go inside with a light, because a lot of times whenever I talk about ukuleles or list a ukulele, the first question I get is it solid? That's number one question. The second question I get, is it Koa or Acacia? So I thought I'd talk about those two questions a little bit today while looking at this particular ukulele. You can tell with Koa fairly easily, and with rosewood fairly easily. It gets a bit harder with other hardwoods that aren't as figured. But of course, the inside grain and figure, when you look at the Koa or rosewood on the inside through the sound hole with a light, should be a mirror image of what you see on the back. And this one right here, you can see it's book matched, and you can see the mirrored figure from side to side. That should be reflected when you look inside there at the grain. If the figure doesn't match, it's probably laminate. Now, as soon as you say something is laminate back and sides, and I've done videos on this before in the guitar world, I want to take it to the ukulele world. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a better or a worse ukulele. It really doesn't. There are so many other features that impinge upon the sound quality other than just whether it's a solid piece of Koa or rosewood or mahogany in the back, or if it's a dual ply laminate. There are a lot of really good high-class ukuleles that are priced well beyond what this one would go for, up into the thousands, that are not necessarily solid backs. Often you get plywood back and sides with a solid top, and the joinery, the wood selection, the graduation of the wood, particularly on the top, graduation meaning thickness at certain points, is actually a bigger determinant of the quality of sound than as to whether it's just purely laminate or solid. And I keep trying to educate people on this, and it's difficult because people just suppose that if something is all solid wood, it's automatically going to sound better than if it's a solid top with a laminate back and sides. Often that is the case. Often an all solid wood instrument sounds really good, and I don't blame people for looking at them at all. But it's not cut and dried. I've had another Koa ukulele with a matte finish, with a spirit finish, that has a solid top and a laminate back and sides, and I liked the sound of that one a little bit better than this. And we should point out right now that sound and tone is subjective. Some people like a wood resonance when they play a ukulele. They want to be able to feel it a little bit. They want to hear a bit of those low-end thunky wood tones, particularly in the lower string. And others don't. They like the more clear, concise, with mids and highs, more clarity of sound, and that sort of plinky, I don't know how else to describe it, typical ukulele sound, so you can get this sort of jazzy plinky sound, and they don't want too much low-end dull the clear highs and mids. And it's the same in the guitar world. I'll often get a guitar, and for me it's too trebly, but somebody will walk through the door and there'll be a flat picker or a blues player or a country player, and that's exactly what they want. They want clarity, they want precise highs, mids, and not so much bass, not so much woody, muddy tone at the bottom. So we have to realize that, first of all, tone is subjective, and second of all, there are a lot more factors that go into sound quality than just solid and laminate wood choices. And I've proved that recently in one of my guitar videos. I have one of the new model Sigmas, which is actually a laminate spruce top, and it sounds fantastic. It sounds as good as any of the solid top spruce top acoustics I have on my rack at the moment. It keeps up with them, and you know, when I play them side by side, when people are around, they can't tell. They cannot tell that one is laminate and the other one's solid. So it's not gospel, it's not foolproof, it's not 100% consistent. But I still get questions all the time. If I list this ukulele today, I guarantee by supper time tonight I will get a question, you know, on my Reverb page. Is it all solid wood? And also you should pay attention to price. All solid wood, Hawaiian wood ukuleles sell in the thousands. You're talking about your kamakas, your Martins. Well, Martins are usually mahogany, but they did have some Koa models. But you're talking high-end. You know, the Acacia wood ukuleles are a brand of Koa that is not natively grown in Hawaii. It's grown mostly in Asian countries. And experts say it's not quite as pure in its tonal qualities, but that's debatable. I've played some really excellent quality Acacia wood ukuleles. I've played some solid Acacia and some Acacia ply ukuleles, and I've also played solid top with plywood back and sides. And it really goes instrument to instrument, and it also depends on what you've got as far as strings. Strings make a big difference. I particularly like these Aquila, but I know other ukulele enthusiasts that don't like these. They like other brands, Savarez or Martin or some other ukulele brand. So there are a lot of determinants. This is a beautiful instrument. I couldn't tell you. There's no distributorship for this ukulele in the US or in Britain, I don't think. So I couldn't tell you, I couldn't find any specs on this to be absolutely certain. So somebody asked me, is it Acacia or Koa, or is it Hawaiian Koa? I would suspect that it's probably Acacia, but it actually looks like Hawaiian Koa to me. But I would suspect that it's probably Acacia at the price point it's at. And that's important to remember. If you're looking at a Koa uke on eBay or Reverb or on Craigslist, and it's 100, 120, 150, even 200, chances are it's not going to be Hawaiian Koa solid all the way through. You have to pay more if you want that sort of stuff most of the time. You might run into a bargain. But most of the time you're going to have to pay more. And if you want the provenance of the wood, if you want to know for sure where it's from, then you're going to have to buy from a reputable high-end ukulele manufacturer like Kamaka that can certify that it is indeed native Hawaiian Koa wood and that it's solid all the way through. So just a little video on ukuleles. I haven't done a ukulele video in a while. I know I don't get as many viewers when I do uke videos, but I love the things, and I'm going to keep covering them as they come into across my bench. This one's a beaut. I've got like 3 of them. I just set them up. It's solid Koa all the way through. It's got abalone. I'll be throwing them on my Reverb page if anybody's interested in picking one up. Comes with a nice padded gig bag as well. I don't usually use my channel for advocating sales, but I figured since I had multiples, if anyone can use one, just let me know, message me, and we'll work it out. I mean, they're not super high end, they're not in the realm of Martin or Kamaka, but for a solid Koa instrument, They're reasonably well made. They've got really nice rosewood boards, really nice faced slotted headstocks. The tuners are open gear, but they're decent. They hold tune really well, and it sounds like a plinky ukulele, a nice hardwood ukulele. So that's Anada is the actual brand of this one with the A on the front. Yeah, so there you go, solid wood ukulele. Keep your eye out for them. See ya.